everyone, and welcome to the 63rd episode of Strawberry Patches podcast. My name is Marina, and I'm a Russian girl living and crafting here in New Zealand, in Auckland. I have been away for quite a while, so I have very exciting things to share with you. And thank you everyone for joining me today. If you're new, I hope you enjoy this. This is a knitting, crafting, yarny, spinning podcast where I talk about all the things that I do with my hands. And if you are returning, you are welcome back. I get so happy when I get messages from you guys about, oh, where have you disappeared to? Is everything okay? Yes, I've been fine. Thank you for asking, and I'm back to share with you all the things that I've been up to in the past month or so. I think I've disappeared for that long, but I had my reasons, and I'll share them with you. So how have you been, guys? I hope that you have been well and that your craft has kept you sane, because I have friends all over the world, and here in New Zealand, we're quite lucky with having no lockdown recently. I know that in other parts of the world, there's been craziness. Like my friends in Turkey tell me that they're in the middle of another 1 month long lockdown, and I feel for you guys. I remember how hard it was when we had it. So if you are, I hope you keep your hands busy and your minds on the things that you love, like crafting and sharing your passion with all the other like-minded people. And I hope your close ones are close to you. And by the way, happy belated Mother's Day to you guys. We just had it yesterday, and as you can see, I have this wonderful portrait made by my daughter. It's so exciting. I've been waiting for this for a long time now. She's actually she understands that this is a special day, and she's learned a little poem for me, and it's so cute to hear such nice words from her. And she's a very active kid. By the way, she's 2.5, and she normally is not a very cuddly girly girl. She's more of a needs to do this and then that, and then read a book and then run around and then do a puzzle, and then she's always around the place. But she started to be more like, oh, mommy, and she'd kiss me, and I'm like, oh, melting. But I'm sure you're not here for that. So that's just to explain what this is. I thought it would be fun to include that in this video. Yes. So today I wanted to share some exciting news right at the beginning of the podcast. So if you're not here for that, I will leave a timestamp so you can skip into knitting. But to be honest, I haven't done much knitting in this past month, but I have done some. So the exciting news is that finally my online shop, my website is live. Yay! And it is just in time for my 4th podiversary. It's been 4 years that I've been doing these videos, and what a journey it has been. So the first video that I uploaded was on the 7th of May 2017, and I accidentally deleted that one, so it's not there anymore. But there is another first episode, which I think is about 10 days later. And so the podiversary date is between the 7th and the 17th of May, which doesn't really matter when it's. But yeah, in all this time, I managed to live in Turkey and Indonesia and moved to New Zealand. I lived in a flat, on a villa, in a bed and breakfast, and in a house. And I got married, and I had a daughter, and I started spinning yarn, and I started hand dyeing yarn and making my own business, which is Strawberry Patches Yarns. And this year, the most exciting day is in just 3 weeks' time. We're going to Wool Festival, which is on the 29th of May. Please come see me, or not just me, come see all the other amazing indie dyers of New Zealand, handcrafters and spinners, and oh, there'll be so much fun because last year we couldn't have the Wool Fest. So this year we're going to be sure to have the best for you guys. I'm so excited. I wish I could go there twice. So one day I'd be like a normal regular visitor to shop around, and the second day I could be a vendor, but I will have to be a vendor. But anyways, I am so excited because I am excited to meet all the viewers that are going to be there. I know some of you are coming, which will be exciting to meet in person. And a lot of my friends, knitting friends, will be there. So if you want to find me, I will be in shed number 1, and I will be there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. like everyone else. Actually, I'll be there earlier, of course, to set up and everything. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be enough time for me to check out the other stalls, because of course I want to shop around too. I have my eyes on some yarn companies that I want to buy from. At first I thought that when I started hand dyeing, it would be pointless for me to buy yarn from other indie dyers, but everybody has such a different technique that of course I want to try their yarn as well. And fingers crossed I will also have time to do a little bit of footage for you guys, because I know many of you, even here in New Zealand, wouldn't have a chance to visit, not to talk about other parts of the world. So I guess it would be nice for you to see the event. But we still have 3 weeks to go. Maybe somehow you will get a chance to come. That will be awesome. Okay, that's for the exciting news. And yes, as for more news, I will have, so there's, how can I say, it's not really a secret, but there are some things going on in our life, and let's just say that at the end of this month I'll be able to talk about it. So hopefully everything goes well, and then I can share it with you. And partly this was the reason why I haven't been podcasting lately. And I also had some health issues. My tooth and my mood was all over the place. I mean, my tooth wasn't. I just had this really bad wisdom tooth thing. And I wasn't in the best of moods, and it was really strange for me. Like, lasted almost for a whole month, but now I'm better. And I'm back, my knitting mojo's back. I'm happy to be podcasting again and seeing you guys and chatting with you. And oh my god, it's been 8 minutes and I haven't even shown you any knitting yet. And I'm not even wearing any knitting today. It's all because I felt like wearing this top today. But I have a finished object for you guys, and it's right here. This is a little Oh Baby cardigan that I started last time, and I finished it very quickly afterwards. It just needs some buttons, which I don't have, so I'll probably have to shop for them. There are 4 little buttons. And I don't even forgot what size I made, probably 6 months or so. And this is a very nice yarn that I talked about in the previous episode. And I don't really have the label with me now, so if you are really interested, you can check out my projects page on Ravelry. You can find me as MarinaToys, because I used to make toys, and I thought that was a fun name to have for Ravelry. Yeah, there'll be a project page for that, or you can check out the previous episode for all the yarn information. This was a fun knit, and yeah, it's done. Exciting. Next will be my works in progress, and to be honest, I don't have much to surprise you with. I am still working on my shawl, which, by the way, brings me to our knit along that's been going on. So I decided that it would be fun to host a Shawls Some Love knit along as one word. You can see it on the screen. and it's been going on for 3 months, and it's finishing on the 15th of May. So there's very little time left to jump in. If you have knitted a shawl in this time, you can pop it into a Ravelry finished objects thread and be eligible to win a prize. And this is my second shawl for our knit along, which is called the Thundercloud Kisses by Libby Johnson. And I have finally gotten through the stripy part onto this beautiful, I don't know, would you call it lace? The kisses part. And I have a lot to say about this shawl, but I don't know how to say it. As I heard one of the podcasts say, it's been a love and hate relationship. Not really because of the pattern or the yarn. It's probably just me. Well, I had trouble with these bubbles appearing on the right side of the fabric and not the wrong side. So I always have to poke them in the right direction so that they would stand out on this side. When I was knitting them, they would all come out from here. But now it's fine, and hopefully with blocking it will be better. Second thing that was very tricky for me was to understand the concept of these triangles. They look super pretty and I really enjoy the look of them, but to be honest, making them was a bit of a struggle. And it's just the way it's clear from the pattern. It's just this new stitch, kind of an increase, or I don't know how to call it, that was a bit hard to figure out. And there is a video on YouTube, but it shows only one row, not the second row, and so I had to do some guesswork here. But all in all, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these triangle rows, and there'll be 2 more, and then some garter border, I think, and I'm done. I'm not sure I'll be done by the 15th of May because I have something else going on that needs finishing. But since the first time I saw this shawl, I really loved the look of it, and I think when I'm done, I'll be wearing it a lot. Maybe I'll wear it to the Wool Fest even. And maybe see Libby there and say to her, oh, look, I've done this shawl and I love it. So yeah, this is whip number 1. Whip number 2 is the cardigan that I was sure I was going to be finished. In normal, if I hadn't lost my knitting mojo, I would have definitely finished it. But I did something stupid. Well, not stupid. So what happens when you lose your knitting mojo? Many people have asked each other in knitting groups and everything. And what I did, I decided that instead of finishing all the things that I have to finish, I would do a test knit. And this will be my 3rd whip. So if I wasn't for that test knit, I would have definitely finished this Comfort Fade cardigan for my sister. She has a birthday very soon in June, and I was supposed to finish it and mail it by now probably. But yeah, here's the situation. I love the way the colors look together, and I just think that I will rip back here a little bit and start the cuff a little bit sooner, and it's done. This will be easy as well because I have all these markers which will help me count how many decreases I need to make before I change colors and everything. So because it's a fade, as you can see here, I alternated colors, but over here it's hard to tell because the colors I'm alternating between are very similar. So I marked it with the double stitch marker to know that here I started alternating. And here it's obvious, so I didn't have to mark. But yes, this is my 2nd Comfort Fade cardigan, and I was planning to finish it by the end of May for the Drerin Knits March to May cow, who is the designer under Maori behind this cardigan. but we shall see. Maybe I won't be able to finish it. Oh, it's too hot. So yeah, this is where I am at with this one. It is super fun to knit with this yarn. It's my favorite DK, which is New Zealand spun DK, which I got from the lovely mill skeins that many New Zealanders know and heard of. And it takes up the dye beautifully. I dyed it up myself. I love working with this yarn. It's just so plump and squishy, and it hardly peels like the one that I've done before. I've been putting on quite a lot, and it's just, I don't think I've de-peeled it. Yeah. So the third and final whip of the day is a test knit. So as I was struggling with my knitting mojo, I saw this beautiful, beautiful top by Bernice, who is known as the Yamagara on Instagram. And I thought to myself, well, if something is going to motivate me back into knitting, this will be this top. And I crossed my fingers that I will be chosen for the test knit, and I was. And here we are, voila! This is such an intricate and beautiful design. And I asked her permission to show the progress, so not violating any privacy or anything. And this will be a short sleeve top. And I'm knitting this with 470 meters per 100 gram alpaca blend, alpaca Polworth, I think, which was in my stash forever, and I didn't know what to do with it, but I really love the color of it, and I thought that this project has to be a one color project, and it would be nice in this really nice pale blue-gray color, which I love. The only thing is that this yarn is so thin that I had to go down in needle size, and of course it's taking me long to knit with this yarn because it's really thin, but I just love the pattern. I love how she's so clever. Look at this. So everything is so geometrical. Like this line goes from here into the tip of this triangle, and then inside there is this design, and there'll be more at the hem. There'll be more, what's it called? The ribbing, the twisted ribbing with some more of this beautiful, not bobbles, but crossed, I don't know how they call stitches. And I have this beautiful marker that I made that I showed you before. I just love this jewelry on my knitting. And I tried it on, and I just love how it looks. The deadline is the 26th of May, so fingers crossed I'll be finished by then. And yeah, but I won't be able to show it to you guys before the pattern is released, so. But it will be soon. I'm sure it will be like June probably. Very addictive pattern, even though it's a bit thinner yarn than fingering, but I think it's totally worth it. The other test knits that the girls have finished are absolutely stunning, and I just love the look of it. I'm sure that after I finish that one, I would love to knit another one, maybe in a plumper yarn, and maybe with a different composition, because this one has alpaca and nylon and Polworth, I think, and I think it might be not as soft as what Bernice recommends. She recommends a blend that has alpaca and cashmere, so I might want to dye up some yarn for it and then knit it again, maybe with a longer sleeve version. That would be fun. That would be nice. So yeah, that was my final whip for the day. And now to spinning. As you remember, last time I was talking about this beautiful bat that I got from Annette Montgomery, who produces these gorgeous bats for art spinning, and she's amazing like that. And I got so excited when I got that, what is it called? I called it the copper cloud bat, that I decided to spin it right away. This is almost all of it. I just lost my everything mojo at that point. I have about maybe 30 gram left, maybe not even that, to spin, and then I wanted to ply it with some darker thread to keep the colors. It will probably be a stripy yarn, and I spun it a little bit thicker than the previous one that I spun, in hope that when I apply it with really thin yarn, it will be thick enough. But yeah, I love it. I'm happy with the result. Maybe it's not perfect, but I'm really curious to see now how it knits up. And of course, the challenge would be to choose the perfect pattern for it, because it's not really enough for any garment or anything, and I would not use it for socks, obviously. However, if I have this nylon thread in it, maybe I could make some socks with it, if that would be enough. Oh, that would be some special socks, wouldn't it be? Because I don't think I need another shawl in my hand spun, or a cowl or anything. And these colors are pretty sufficient not to have any patterning. So I think a vanilla sock would be great, just to reinforce with some nylon thread, and it should be fine, I think. And imagine how warm they would be. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, unless you have other suggestions for it. Yeah. All right. I haven't done any dyeing, but I have been busy transferring all well, I had to rephotograph all my skeins of yarn, which I have 3 huge boxes, and it's about 15 kilograms of yarn. I had to rephotograph them and upload them on my new online website, which is, by the way, strawberrypatches.nz. And that took some time. I'm not finished yet. I have a whole box of DK weight to put in there as well. But I'm sure you'll find the website very easy to navigate, because you can use the filters and find the yarn by the ply or the thickness of the yarn, or by the content of it, which I hope will be easy for you to search for what you want. And right, I thought I have so much to tell you, so I've been rushing through this, but actually, with not much knitting going on, I kind of ran through it. But what else I've been doing? I've been watching lots of podcasts, because I thought that hearing other people and hearing about how excited they are about their knitting would motivate me to come back to knitting, because really, in 1 month time, I could have easily finished the cardigan and the shawl just like that. It's just that there were days when I didn't even touch knitting, which is not usual for me at all. As I said, I had really bad toothache and mood swings and God knows what, and yes. So I've been watching all these lovely people, and I discovered through suggestions a very lovely new podcaster. Her name's Laura. And she made me smile so many times. So she has just uploaded her 3rd episode, and she goes by Penrose Knits on YouTube. And I've seen other people recommend her, and she really is worth watching. She's this really nice British lady with a good sense of humor, and what really cracked me up is her phrase. Every episode she'd say, what would tickle her knitting pickle. I think this is just such a brilliant phrase. So she's also a mom, a young knitter, and she loves making baby knits and some modern designs, and she's really funny and very cute and very fun to watch. So if you're looking for some new episodes, new faces to see, I would recommend to watch her. And another podcast highlight that I wanted to make is my friend Anastasia, because she, oh my god, she's done the most amazing job with the Sock Madness socks. And I'm a bit late to thank her, but Anastasia, thank you so much for mentioning me in one of your latest videos. And there's been so many more new people coming to my channel, which very big welcome to everyone. So Anastasia has used up my yarn that I sent her as a little exchange thing we did, and she's knitted the most gorgeous orange socks with beads, and they look so pretty that I probably would be scared to wear them because I know how much work she's put into them. They look so beautiful with those tiny beads at the top and in the lace panels. And I don't know how she did it, because there is also time limitations, and I know it must be very stressful learning new techniques and beads, and I just think she's amazing. And I wanted to, once again, if you haven't seen her videos, her video aesthetic is very pleasing as well. She has a very warm color theme going on. I don't know if you can say that. And she also loves test knitting, and she's in the 3rd round of Sock Madness. So hopefully, fingers crossed, she gets through to the next round, because it's really fascinating to see the amazing designs that she's knitting up. So yeah, this is for spreading the podcast love. Another section of my usual podcasting is questions. So this time, you guys, I wanted to ask if you want to ask me any questions, because usually I come up with a question for you and I enjoy reading your answers. But this time I thought maybe you have any questions that I could answer here that maybe I haven't answered yet, about my knitting techniques or dyeing or favorite patterns or whatever, life. Please comment down below. I'd be happy to answer them, because I really enjoyed watching Andrea Maury and her Q&A sessions every week that she does. And she would choose 5 questions and just answer them quickly and post this video once a week. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do. Oh, yeah. Well, this is going to be a short one. So a big thank you for everyone who's watched until now, and hopefully you found something interesting or exciting. All the links are going to be in the description box below. If you click on the little arrow, you will see that. Also links to all the things that I mentioned. If you enjoyed watching it, I would love to see your thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, and I have so many exciting things coming up, please subscribe, and it will help others noticing me, and of course would make me happy. And thank you so much to everyone who's been commenting and participating in the knit along. I just I can't thank you enough. Every time I see a notification about a comment, I answer right away, and I hope this contributes to our little online conversation. This makes me feel like I have knitting buddies all over the world, from everywhere actually, from States, from Cyprus, and somewhere else in Europe. Yeah, it's exciting. And at the end of this video, you'll find some pictures from our finished object thread on Ravelry. As I said, there is a knit along going on. You still have some time to jump in and show your beautiful shawls, and there will be a prize. I was thinking of choosing 2 skeins from my hand-dyed yarn, and the reason I haven't shown them to you is because I want the winner to decide which ones they want. So I think yeah, on the 15th of May, when the knit-along is finished, I will randomly choose the winner, and I will contact them, and once they've chosen the prize, I will show it to you guys before I ship it to that person. So yes, fingers crossed. I hope you are the winner, and I love seeing all of your shawls. So let's take a look at all your beautiful projects. I hope you are well, and I hope you're doing fine. If I see you at the Wool Fest, that would be awesome, amazing. If not, I'll see you here in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and see you. Bye bye.